first semi-final match. Are you guys pumped?
I'm pretty pumped. Are you pumped?
I am indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let us go into game one of Naama against oGsTOP. If you would like Naama to take the win against the Korean superstar, give a cheer for Naama.
And if you'd like oGsTOP to beat this guy, please make some noise for oGsTOP.
And here we are going directly into game one of our first semi-final match. We have in the bottom left corner oGsTOP spawning as the blue Terran. In the top right, we have Naama from Mousesports spawning as the red Terran.
And I'm pretty sure what we're going to see in this game, day 9, is usually a standard 1-1-1 build. It just depends if Naama he really does like to go for a refinery before barracks. We've seen it multiple times throughout this tournament. And that just enables him to get the factory up quicker as he has enough gas as soon as the barracks finishes. That means he can then go into the starport faster and start using Banshees as soon as possible, because Banshees we've seen so much throughout this tournament.
Absolutely. We do see oGsTOP doing the classic pairing up of these workers, trying to get two to trade off in perfect intervals at mineral patches, leaving these ones completely open. There's a supply depot going down right next to the command center. Same with Naama. Now, ordinarily, I do think the 1-1-1 build is very versatile, so many deviations and variations of it, but we have seen Top favor Marines and expanding a lot against Protoss, could possibly be doing the same against Terran.
He definitely could be doing it, and we don't know exactly how this Korean style is in TVT. A lot different to the European style, and if he does do that, he will have to be extremely careful to see if Naama goes for Banshees, because if you have two bases to defend, it's extremely hard. On the other hand, you might have two orbital commands to help deal with scans, but you won't have enough Marines out to help defend against this. And we do see the barracks going down first for both players.
Crowd's giving a laugh because the bird flew very close to my head and I startled back, because birds are very dangerous, especially when they weigh like 2 ounces.
So many times it comes past, almost hitting us.
I know, he might be the star of the show. Either way, it looks like oGsTOP and Naama doing almost the same thing. Naama's gas a little bit behind, but both of them almost exactly aligned with that barracks timing.
oGsTOP slightly ahead, slightly faster. The orbital command a little bit faster, and actually Naama decided to just go for another SCV rather than going for the orbital command. A little bit different between both players, and the supply depot a bit faster for oGsTOP also. Probably going to see the factory being put down on the next 100 gas for both players.
Looks like scouting at the back door for Naama, just making sure no goofiness is back there. In the meantime, it looks like neither player has done anything except continue to make Marines, and oh, look at Naama getting a second refinery before factory. That generally is a big indicator that either Banshees or Ravens are en route.
Yeah, I mean, you need that. Well, if you go for Banshees or Ravens, it's so gas heavy that you need the second refinery. And look at the same thing, oGsTOP also going for the second refinery. Factory being put down now by both players. Mirror build so far in this game.
Looks like both of them just going for a very tech-oriented sort of play. On the map, Zelnaga Caverns, if we just poke over here to the Natural, we note that it has this huge set of entrances at the front. The Natural itself has a lot of space around it. There's these destructible rocks to the left and this backdoor area. So players either tend to do big one-basing play so they don't even have to worry about that Natural, or they do huge mass Marine and expanding play.
Naama putting down a bunker on his natural ramp, well, just on his main ramp actually. It's kind of surprising why he would choose to do that. Obviously feeling a little bit threatened. He hasn't really seen too much of oGsTOP space, has no idea what is coming. The starport has been put down now by both players, and the tech lab has been put down on the factory. That will be looking for a swap for the starport pretty soon. Both players going for a Banshee orientated build.
Looks like that Mariner out right now for it. Naama did take a few shots at that SCV, but all is well and good. Looks like that tech lab has finished on the factory, hasn't moved it yet, might even be actually going for a tank. Wow, very unusual to be getting a tank quite so quickly after that very early gas. Don't actually need the gas that quickly, but yeah, Naama doing a little bit more predictable play, getting the Banshee and likely Cloak.
This should be interesting. I suppose the starport will be used for a Viking in oGsTOP's base. I don't really know what else he can do with it unless he does decide to put a tech lab down on it. Then I suppose he'll need to get a engineering bay out pretty soon as well to follow this up. But the tech lab has been put onto the starport in Naama's base, and are we going to see a Banshee and Cloak come down? The Banshee is down. Cloak hasn't gone down. We have a reactor on the barracks instead.
I mean, a little bit of unusualness coming from both players. Top getting this starport very, very quickly, but then not really doing anything with it. Yes, indeed, there's the Raven going down for top. We do see the command center coming up as well. Is Cloak coming out for Naama yet? No, indeed it is not, but Naama does have control of both of these Zell Naga watchtowers. There is the SCV at the back of the base, also poking around, continuing to check for this expansion.
Controlling the Zell Naga towers on this map is actually extremely important, and I like the fact that Naama has done this, especially if there's a threat of your opponent going for Banshees. If you control both these towers, you can see so much of the map. You can control the complete middle, and if you do have control of them, the opponent has to send the Banshees all the way around outside of the Zell Naga towers. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want this Banshee to be seen. The Banshee is en route towards oGsTOP's base, but the Raven and Marines are out, which will be able to help defend this.
It looks like Naama shutting down a little bit of scouting of his opponent, still poking back here at these expansions. Look at this patrol queue setup. He wants to delay the SCV right here, but then always wants to be checking back here periodically.
Oh, and here comes the Banshee Day 9. It is coming into the base. 2 Marines are in position, though. We'll get a couple of hits on it. There is no Cloak, remember, but he takes down 1. Here comes the Raven. A couple more Marines chasing this Banshee out, but nice micro by Naama, picking off a couple of SCVs and a couple of Marines. Gonna have to force a cancel on that barracks. Oh no, actually stays alive, but Viking's out now as well.
Viking's out right now, and it looks like it's in range. It takes out the Banshee. So oGsTOP getting to a very comfortable position right at the outset. There is the swap going on. So it will be big Marauder and Viking play coming out for Naama, and a lot of those structures are done.
A little win for oGsTOP, taking that Banshee down. The expansion has been completed also. A little transfer as well. 8 SCV transfer down to the natural. Tanks and Marines are done now. The expansion for Naama, though, on the other hand, is a little bit slower than Top's.
Yeah, it does look like Naama will have to be putting pressure on his opponent if he wants to be able to pull ahead. Looks like there's a barracks just sort of waiting a little bit to take on this Tech Lab add-on. The Viking and the Raven are at the back just in case any more Banshees do swing in. But in the meantime, Medevacs being produced for Naama. He is getting upgrades. The stim has already been starting up at this other Tech Lab. Orbital Command now finishing right now and heading towards the expansion. And there are the 2 Marines trying to take the Zell Naga watchtower, and they will be able to retreat in time. No, looks like there's going to be a little bit of an exchange, but oh wow, Top losing 2 Marines.
I really like how Naama kept the majority of his forces behind them when he went in with them couple of Marines. He wanted to show the Marines, but he did not want to show the force that he is pushing down with now, and it looks like he might be going round the back where this SCV is on patrol move to get a nice position onto the natural of oGsTOP, and this could be extremely vital.
Oh, that's going to be a huge push if he can get in there. His expansion is completely vulnerable, but he's seen mostly siege tanks, so there's no real threat of a big counter. Here are the Medevacs getting in position. There's the double gas. oGsTOP having a lot of SCVs queued up, a little bit of a blunder and transferring a little bit late. Hi, SCV. Welcome to the huge push at the back door. So that is going to be quite startling for oGsTOP, who unsieges and is trying to advance. Now siege tanks are advancing, and Stim is also finished for Naama.
The difference between this, though, is Naama has a lot of Medivacs, and oGsTOP has Vikings, which means the Vikings are going to be able to take these down. 1 goes down already. He's going for the second one, and this is going to give his tanks a little bit of advantage because the Vikings are going to be able to give the siege tanks sight range, and here we are, putting in position, and they are going to start hitting that tank.
Very nice move right there by oGsTOP. You'll be able to take this tank out. There's the scan by Naama. He sees that it is not opportune time to push forward, but that doesn't mean that Naama is done yet. He's still going to be taking out these SCVs. 5 kills on that siege tank in the resource station. We see that Naama is a little bit ahead.
Oh, here we go. Tries to take down the Viking. Gets 1 Viking, but loses all the Marines at the same time. But he also lost the Medivac, didn't he, with the Marauders?
Yes, and oh no, look at that, plummeting 10 foot behind the opponent. Naama's attack at the back has failed.
It has failed, and this is looking pretty good for oGsTOP now. He's going to successfully push Naama out here. He's going to get rid of this turret also. And then it wouldn't surprise me if oGsTOP decided to push towards the middle to try and take this gold expansion. Knows StarCraft 2 extremely well. And the thing is, on this map, controlling the middle, as I said before, with the Zell Naga towers is extremely important, as it's all about positioning Terran versus Terran.
In the meantime, it looks like that +1 attack upgrade is going down. A lot of Marines and Marauders being produced. Marines and Marauders, very effective on this map, because if the siege tanks are not siege and you can end up doing counterattacks or running around, it is a very easy way to swing into a huge lead. But this push from oGsTOP is looking very intimidating.
He's pushing forward now, and I'm not sure if Naama has enough forces. 1 Marine is going to see the army composition of Top, and now Naama knows this is coming. He needs to get back into position. He is out of position at the moment. A scan goes off and shows all all the forces of oGsTOP, and here he comes, Day9.
And there's the stim swinging in. A lot of Marines ended up getting taken out. Big blunder by oGsTOP. All the tanks completely vulnerable. oGsTOP losing all of his tanks. Naama crushes this push. What a blunder by Top.
Wow.
Seeing one siege tank, didn't realize there were all the forces on the right and lost all of the Marines. The Marines were the key to defeating these Marauders, but then everything died.
How smart was that? Moving around the back with the Marauders, going, and the Marines were at the front, so he went around the back. At the same time, Vikings are coming down, doing a little bit of damage, dropping auto turrets from the Raven onto the SCVs, but Naama is moving down with a large force, and there are no units for oGsTOP here, Day9.
Just Marines and medevacs. Does he have the combat shield upgrade? No, he does not. Naama is going to siege up very carefully at the back, but in the meantime, Vikings in the main. Naama has a lot of threats in multiple positions. These auto turrets have a lot of kills on them, but at the front, SCVs and Marines are also swinging in here, and it looks like Naama is going to end up coming out behind with this huge counterattack. Marines so strong with the medevacs. In the meantime, Vikings have cleared up a lot of the main. How many workers does Naama have left? Only 28. Oh, what a huge, huge loss.
The Raven, the auto turrets did so much damage down here. Unfortunately, there isn't a killing number on the auto turrets. Finally clears it out, but the Vikings as well doing a lot of damage inside the main of Naama. And even though Naama had a really nice push onto oGsTOP, he wasn't prepared for that counterattack that was in his main, and he lost so many SCVs, as you stated.
In the resource station, we see that Naama has sadly fallen behind after pulling into a big lead with that push, but that is a big danger whenever you crush your opponent's army, that your eyes get big and you think, wow, I could actually win if I attacked right now. And a lot of times that turns out not to be the case, and we see that Naama lost more units to the counter with the Raven than to the big push itself.
And here oGsTOP is moving forward, taking a few hits on the medevac. Got to be careful with that. There is a drop here on the right-hand side ready for Naama, and he is moving it forward. But I don't know if this is a wise idea, because the majority of his units are actually in that medevac. And on his natural, there is nothing there. He's having to pull all the SCVs off, lifting the command center off, knowing that he cannot hold this position.
And it looks like at the backside there's Marauders and Marines trying to do a sneak in, but here he is going to try to pull all the forces back. Looks like we're going to see oGsTOP try to push up. Again, the siege tank falls. It's going to be only Marines and tanks against the small force of Naama. They siege, are doing a lot of damage. Meanwhile, swinging into the back of the main. Very weird trade going on right now, but I don't know if Naama has enough units to be able to pick off the force in his own main.
I mean, I think that oGsTOP has enough to defend this. He's pulling all his SCVs down to the natural. The siege tank and Viking should be able to help clean this up. There is nothing left in Naama's base to clean this up, and oGsTOP will come out on top.
And there's the good game.
And good game is called. What a very aggressive, exciting Terran versus Terran in the first game of our semifinals this afternoon.
Yeah, Terran versus Terran has turned out to be a very dynamic matchup in StarCraft 2. Almost all the units have a big use at specific parts in time. So looking back at the map set, it looks like the next map will be Lost Temple.
And this is going to be really good. This is such a good map for Terran versus Terran.